Welcome to the xMati tutorial session. In this video, I will show you how to set up utterances, intents, and slots, and how to use them inside a chatbot. But first, let's see what these things are.
You ever wonder how chatbots just seem to get you? Well, we're going to decode their secret language. You ask something, and bam, it just knows the answer. How does this digital magic actually work?
Okay, so let's say you type something simple, like this request to a travel bot.
And just like that, it shoots back a perfect response. It understood every single detail.
So how did it do that? Well, it's not magic. It's all about breaking down your language into building blocks.
There are really just three key concepts that make this whole thing possible.
First up is the utterance. It's pretty simple. It's just whatever you say to the bot. Then, the bot figures out your intent. Basically, what's the main goal behind your words?
And finally, it pulls out the slots or entities. These are those all-important crucial details.
And what's cool is how this model works for totally different requests, right? Check it out.
Okay, the link between intents and slots, that's the most important part. Here's a helpful way to think about it.
So think of the intent as the action, the verb, and the slots, they're the nouns, the info.
Researchers actually put it really well. Think of it just like a function in software development.
And this makes it super clear. The intent is the function, and the slots are its parameters. Simple.
So you see, this isn't just theory. It's the core of how AI actually understands us.
This whole thing happens inside what's called natural language understanding, or NLU for short.
So let's try to create a dummy intent and slot flow to understand them better. Let's click on this dummy bot. We are in the xMati bot studio now. I have written two example intents and slots here. First, will be a register intent, where the user will ask us to register their account, and we will be capturing their name, email, and phone number inside slot filling. And the second will be a remove intent, where the user will ask us to remove their account, and we will be capturing their user ID inside slot filling. Let's create these inside xMati Studio and see them in action. Click on this NLU tab on the side menu bar. Here, we will be creating the intents, utterances, and slots. Click on this plus icon to add an intent. Give it a name. In our case, it will be register. And our register intent is ready. Let's create another one for the remove intent. So both the intents are ready. Let's enter some utterances for the register intent. Always write utterances based on the possible ways users might phrase their requests. Let's write them one by one. So for now, I have added 3 utterances. It is always good practice to add more utterances so that the NLU can understand the user's context and messages more accurately and make it more resilient. Now, let's create slots for this intent. The first slot will be name for this intent. So, let's write name and select an entity. Entities can be described as a type of input. For this case, let's select system.any, which accepts any character input for name. You can add multiple entities as well for one slot. Click on Save Slot for now. Let's add another slot for email address. This time, we will select the custom.email entity. This entity verifies valid email address. Let's create the third slot for the phone number. This time, we will select the custom.phone entity. And this entity verifies valid phone number. And finally click on Save. So, all the slots for the register intent are created. Similarly, let's create utterances and slot for the remove intent as well. I have added 3 utterances here as well. Let's create a slot. For the remove intent, we have only one slot, and that is user ID, so let's enter that here. The entity for user ID here will be system.any, because user ID can contain any characters. Let's save this. So, both the intents, their utterances, and the slot setup are complete. Before moving on, let me show you how to create our own custom entities. By default, you will get these entities, and you can use any of them as per your needs. But if you want to create your own, you can do that as well. Just click on the plus icon. Enter your entity name here. For example, let's write country. You can select the type of your entity. We have two types here, list and regular expression. Let's go with list as of now. List types can be useful if you have predefined values, like in this case, the country names. You can enter multiple values, and the bot's NLU will check whether the user has entered a country from the given list. Otherwise, the entity will fail. These are the entity strictness levels. Strict requires exact matches, while loose allows typos. Use them accordingly. Let's create a new entity to check the regular expression type as well. Let's name this entity as user ID and select regular expression as its type. Here, you can add a regular expression based on the validation required for your entity. You can test your regular expression here, and you should add at least 3 matching examples. On the right side, you'll see 2 checkboxes. The first is for case sensitivity, and the second is for sensitive data masking, which replaces sensitive characters with asterisk. Let's go back to the bot flow section. Now let's create the slot filling nodes. On the left-hand side, you'll see the slot filling skill node. Just drag and drop it. We will select the intent here. Let's select the register intent. Select the slot name here. Let's select the name slot. This is the expiration time for the information stored in this slot. Let's keep it to -1 for no expiry. Here, we will add the text that the bot should ask before collecting the slot value from the user. Okay, let's submit it. This option lets you display a message to the user if their input is invalid. Let's add a text for this as well. This message looks fine for now. Let's submit. So we are done with our name slot filling node. Let's insert it. Let's create 2 more slot filling nodes for the email and phone number, respectively. We'll follow the same procedure as we did for the name slot filling setup. So, we are done with all the 3 slot filling nodes for the register intent. Now, let's create one for the slot of remove intent as well. This time, we will select remove as the intent here, along with the user ID slot that we created earlier. I will add these 2 texts. I have added these relevant bot texts. Let's insert this. Finally, all the slot filling nodes for both the intents are ready. Now, let's create the transition settings to detect the user's intent and then divert the bot flow accordingly. Click on the Start node. I am enabling the wait for user message settings as of now, though this is optional. Let's go to the Transitions section. Delete this default transition flow, as we don't need this. Click on the plus icon to add our own custom transition logic. Click on this Intent Radio button. Select the Register Intent. And click on Create. Similarly, let's create for the Remove Intent. This time, select the Remove Intent and click on Create. Now, what should happen is if the user tells the bot to register, then the bot should direct the user to the register intent flow, and for that let's connect the register intent transition with the name slot filling node. And similarly, let's connect the removal intent transition with the user ID slot filling node if in case user asks for removal. Let's connect the name slot with the other 2 slots as well, since they are part of the register intent. Finally, don't forget to train the bot before testing. So our bot has been trained. Now let's test the flow inside the emulator. Let's write something in the chatbot. Let's tell the bot to register us. And as you can see, it is asking for our name, meaning our bot NLU has successfully understood our intent to register. So let's write a name. And as expected, it is asking for our email ID. Let's provide it as well. Let's provide our dummy phone number. And now all our data has been saved in the respective slot filling nodes. Let's create a confirmation text node to print all these details. Let's create a standard node for that. Let's write a confirmation message along with the slot memory variables. To write the variable, please enter double curly braces like this and write session.slots.ourSlotName.value. Basically, the user's name will be saved inside this variable. So here are the slots variables for name, email, and phone number. Let's click on Submit. Connect this node with the rest of the flows. Now let's create a confirmation text node for the user ID slot of the remove intent as well. So we have mentioned the user ID slot variable here. Let's save it and connect it with the user ID slot filling node. So our entire flow, along with the confirmation text, is ready. Let's test this again. I will go with the register intent again. I have replied with name and email, and currently we are at the phone number flow. Let's try to give an invalid number and see what happens. As expected, it is asking us for a correct phone number after rejecting the previous invalid number. Let's give correct phone number this time. And there you go, Chatbot replied with all the details we had fed him during this conversation flow. Now, let's test the remove intent flow as well. To trigger it, I'll prompt the chatbot about deleting my account. This should trigger the user ID slot filling. As you can see, it perfectly triggered the remove intent and is asking for my user ID. I will give it a dummy user ID. And there you go, the chatbot is showing the confirmation text with the given user ID. So, in this tutorial, we covered utterances, intents, and slots, what they are and how to use them in a chatbot. Stay tuned for more tutorials. Thanks for watching.